If you want to avoid the tourist status in Germany and just blend in, here are my best tips you can use. Ich bin Spring German Lehrerin Brunhild. Hier kommen 5 Tipps, wie du dich in Deutschland integrieren kannst. Erstens, typisch deutsche Ausdrücke. Here are some typical German chunks that Germans use all the time. Genau, which means like, hell yeah, that's what I just said. Genau. Quatsch. Bullshit. What are you talking about? Quatsch. That's not true. Doch is too. Doch. Doch is, wow, impossible to translate. It's like you're reconfirming what you just said, which the other person is denying. Okay, how do I explain this? When you say something and someone else like, no, that's not true, you can be like, doch. So if I would say, actually my natural hair color is blonde, and someone would be like, Quatsch, and I would be like, doch. You know? Naja. Naja can be used in very different contexts, I'm just realizing. It could be like, naja, whatever, or naja, it is important, this topic, naja, it is important. Or could be like, how are you doing? Naja, not well, not bad, something in between. There's lots of uses for naja. Und jetzt? Why are you telling me this? Is this gonna change anything? Is this gonna make my life better or worse? Und jetzt? It's like if you miss the relevance in something someone says, you can say, und jetzt? Who cares? Ist doch wurscht. I think most people say, ist doch wurscht, like with an SCH, wurscht, but you write it Wurst. Ist doch wurscht means, doesn't matter, does it? It's like, whatever. Hier kommt ein Beispiel, wie du diese Ausdrücke im Alltag verwenden kannst. Du liest zu viel. Naja, lesen bildet. Wusstest du, dass das erste gedruckte Buch Europas auf Deutsch war? Quatsch. Doch, die Gutenberg-Bibel, 1455. Tja. Heißt das, Deutschland war seiner Zeit voraus? Genau. Naja, und jetzt? Ist doch wurscht. Junk alert! Ist doch wurscht literally means, but it's sausage. What? Here you have that word again, doch, which means something along the lines of, yes, but there isn't a literal translation for that word. This is a word that actually doesn't exist in English, and I miss it a lot. Doch. One explanation for this expression is the sausage itself. It has 2 endings, and it's just Wurst where you start. It doesn't matter. It's all Wurst. So if you say, das ist Wurst, it means it doesn't matter. You know, it's all sausage anyway. This end is sausage, this end is sausage. It's sausage. Es ist Wurst. Another Erklärung comes from back in the days when the Metzger put all the parts of the Fleisch that could not be used for anything else, so-called Schlachtabfälle, into Wurst. Still the case, by the way. Thus, the question of what to do with the Schlachtabfälle was always answered with in die Wurst damit. Into the sausage with it. So, still today, when people don't know what to do or if they're indifferent to a matter, we say, ist Wurst. It's sausage. Meister, was mache ich mit den Schweinefüßen?
In die Wurst damit!
Und mit dem Schweineschwanz?
In die Wurst!
Und mit den Schweineaugen?
Alles Wurst!
Zweitens, deine Kleidung. I remember taking my friend from Stockholm to Nuremberg for the first time and him being super shocked about how people dress. Quote, wow, den Leuten hier ist es wirklich egal, wie sie aussehen. Yes, I think that says a lot. Here's what he criticized. Kurze Jeans, lange weiße Socken, irgendein T-Shirt. There you go, a recipe for how to dress like a German who just doesn't care. Aber kein Stil ist auch ein Stil, right? But of course, the residents in some cities are more concerned about grooming than others. In my hometown, München, for example, which is very anspruchsvoll und teuer, people like to express their sophistication through their appearance as well. So in cities like München or Frankfurt am Main, you can also pass as normal with a Louis Vuitton Handtasche and a Versace Anzug. Of course, that's not the whole story. The truth is that there are all kinds of styles in Deutschland. And unlike some Scandinavian countries, the whole purpose of dressing is actually not just to look nice and to blend in, but rather das Gegenteil. The point is to stick out and express Identität and eine Meinung, of which us Germans have many. Drittens, zu allem eine Meinung haben. Germans are people with Meinungen. Zu allem, which may not be so odd. I guess the part where we differ is when we feel that we have to express our Meinungen to each and everybody. Shamelessly, mind you. I remember discussing the usage of Plastiktüten with the German party chairman Christian Lindner once. I felt that it was just more than right that he should face my critique. And that's exactly the self-evident attitude that you need to have if you want to pass like a true German.
Oh Schatz, ich hab so Hunger. Können wir einen Döner holen?
Nächste bitte.
Ich wollte Käsespätzle kochen. Ah, du immer mit deinen vegetarischen Gerichten. Langweilig.
Ihr braucht viel zu lange. Wollt ihr einen Döner oder nicht?
Nein, ich finde es total unethisch, was Sie hier treiben. Massentierhaltung ist Tierquälerei, verbraucht zu viele Ressourcen und deutsches Fleisch enthält zu viel Antibiotika, bla bla bla. Genau.
Der nächste bitte.
Oh Gott, dann wandern Sie doch aus, wenn es Ihnen nicht passt.
Sie brauchen viel zu lange.
Wer hat jetzt Sie um Ihre Meinung gefragt?
Wollt ihr einen Döner oder nicht?
Ja, passt, Schatz, lass uns Käsespätzle kochen. Hauptsache weg von hier.
Der nächste bitte.
Good thing they separated before it got really heated. People interfering in your Gespräch like that is not unusual in Deutschland, and there are two ways how to handle it. One is to make it clear that the interference is unwished for. You could say, was mischen Sie sich ein? Or, wer hat Sie um Ihre Meinung gefragt? Or, das geht Sie nichts an. The second way of handling it is the much more common one, and that is to actually listen to their perspective and then yell at them. Because as much as you are bothered by somebody sticking their nose into your business, the temptation of striking back with a counter-argument should be bigger. After all, as a German, you believe in what you say von ganzem Herzen, and you really need to defend your position. And it doesn't matter if it's to ein Fremder, ein Familienmitglied, Freunde, you are going to take that Diskussion. And that brings me to my next point. Viertens, sich mit Leidenschaft unterhalten. It doesn't matter if you're discussing Politik, which Germans love to do by the way, or if you're just talking about your day. Germans have Emotionen and Meinungen, and they're not afraid of discussing them whenever they seem fit. Doesn't matter with whom, doesn't matter where they are, doesn't matter in front of whom they are. It needs to get out. Like what?
In dem Bikini sehe ich sicher fett aus. Ernähre dich lieber gesünder, anstatt es auf den Bikini zu schieben. Wie soll ich mich gesund ernähren? Du kochst immer so fettig. Dann koch doch selber. In deinem Alter könnte man das längst erwarten.
Kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
Ja, meine Tochter ernährt sich schlecht und möchte jetzt den ganzen Sommer nicht baden gehen. Was sagen Sie dazu?
Ich weiß nicht, was Sie haben. Sie haben beide eine super Figur.
Siehst du?
But that's what Germans do. You just fight. You fight it out. So next time you're at the mall or on a German train or wherever in the world, don't forget to speak laut und leidenschaftlich. It's the German thing to do. But be prepared that random strangers might contribute with their opinions, which is also normal. I actually have a very up-to-date example of how normal it is. The other day I was in a store to try on some bikinis and the shop lady just approached me and said, ich würde den roten nehmen, der steht Ihnen viel besser. Der blaue macht Sie so blass. I didn't ask for her opinion, I didn't even talk to her. Still I got her feedback, which I personally think is awesome. It's always nice to get eine Zweitmeinung. But I know a lot of people think it's nervig. But you know, this is the thing about the Offenheit that you have in Germany. If you find it nervig, you can just say that. That's your Meinung. That's how you start a conversation in Germany. Sometimes. Toll, oder? So gibt es keine Missverständnisse. Was ist deine Meinung? Do you find it nervig to get feedback from strangers? Or do you, maybe like me, find it hilfreich und interessant? Let me know. 5. Beobachte und imitiere. This is probably the most given, but most valuable tip I can give you. Beobachte, was die anderen machen und mache es nach. To pick up on subtle German behavior, watch this video about typical German behavior.